How is everybody? You see me here? You see me here? You see me here? Fully in vacation mode, right? Yeah. Auntie has a little time at home. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Listen, I am having a daily non-negotiable everything. Get myself into that nice, safe, come away kind of experience. It's been really relaxing. hmm So nap time and gardening time every day. Even if it's something so simple like, oh, I water the garden, of course I talk to my plants. Sometimes I do some forking. I need to do a little weeding now. Yeah. Um, Composting. Just love up, love up, love up. And having a special time. Yeah, and otherwise I'm just letting the days flow. Monday, was I out Monday? Yeah, I had to go out doing some errands. I was out and about on Monday, so I did what I had to do. Got nap and gardening time when I got back. Tuesday, once again, I have back my Betsy now, my Betsy Boo. Yeah, that's my favorite card. I have her back now. Beautiful, a special shout out to Stefano. Yeah, Stefano. Did a great job on Betsy. I'm gonna give you a shout out probably on Instagram. So happy, Betsy's so beautiful. Internet is not doing the best today every minute. Yeah, I'm feeling it, which is what coach like to know that he really give me that workout, and I'm feeling it after the fact. So, coach, Mr. Goodin, sir, good job to you yesterday. But today I get to have a day completely at home. Nothing to do, no errands to be done, no gym to go to, nothing. Just me here with myself, slowly but surely, in my own world, whatever I want to do. So I'm gonna share a bit of my time with you. I'm gonna do a little reading. I think I'm gonna sing 2 songs, yeah, and just share a bit of what's on my heart, mostly related to children. And you know how it's gonna be positive and motivational and inspirational, and there's good kind of vibes out there. All right. So this book, yeah, I went and I got me my full load of my library books. Want to see all the library books? I don't even know this. I remember I used to take my daughter to another library, and I would see her, and we would so much look forward to our interaction with her. Well, then obviously my daughter grew up, and I think she got reassigned to another library. I didn't see her in a long time, and it was like a breath of fresh air. You have people like that in your life. They don't have to be people like family or friends, but people that you interact with from time to time, and maybe you don't see them in a long time, and then when you see them, it's like literally, as I said, a breath of fresh air. A nice tall glass of lemonade, just something that refreshes your spirit like that. Yeah, it was like that. So I got all the books, I got all the books, I got all the books. For the little and the not so little peoples down. All the books, see them there, see them there. I don't know, I have to try if I can get to read them all in lessons. See if I can come on and read some. Here on that. Can you move to this one with a coat? Yeah. So the one I chose today that I want to read, this one is called That's Not My Name. And you know, if I like a book that I could apply it literally and then figuratively, or some added kind of emotional, spiritual thing I get from it, like a life lesson, that's what I'm trying to say. You know, that's a book, like a 5-star kind of book for me. Right? So That's Not My Name. It was, no, her name is spelled Mirha. I'm going to pronounce that as Mirha. It's probably wrong, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it as. It was Mirha's first day of school. In the morning, Baba made her favorite breakfast. Mama kissed Mirha's forehead, and Nana waved them goodbye. cultural thing, right? Merha had been waiting for months to start school. She was so excited to learn, to play, and most of all, to make friends. She shyly stood in front of the class and said, "My name is Merha." Yeah, she fussy. My daughter was like that when she first went to school too, for the interaction with each other, you know. Merha thought her name was simple and easy, but the other kids couldn't say it right. They stretched out the I until it sounded like an E. There's my daughter coming home for whatever reason. I wasn't looking for her home already. And their R sounded wrong. Some people even forgot the H. Hi, Mina, Miriam, Merha. That sounds like murder in the Caribbean. Hi there, Sir Keith. Sir Keith Chef it is, or Chief. Hi, happy to see you. Yeah, in the Caribbean, like, if we get a joke or like something dramatic happen, we would be like, murder is a joke, right? Especially in Barbados, it's a major thing. Hey, Miro, Mira, Nerha, Miha, Mara, all kind of things they're calling her. I like the person that did the illustrations in this book. They have it like diversity in terms of and so on. And even I could see a little girl here with her hearing aid, right? Those are little details I pay attention to. I hear on live, everything all right? School just done. Oh, I'm hoping no problem. No problem. Was I looking for her right now? Yeah, the young lady has a hearing aid, so I like that a lot. Even some of her teachers said it wrong. Is Mina here? Here. You know, she's not so happy, but she realized that teacher means her, so she has her hand up. Merha didn't want to be called Mina for the rest of the year, but she was too shy to speak up and correct her teacher. So she's going along with it, but she's not happy, see? Hayden asked Merha if he could call her Maya. He said that would be easier for everyone to see. She wanted to show, "That's not my name." She showed us how she blew the boy up in the sky. But she didn't. She repressing the feelings. Keeping them inside. But it's really starting to annoy her. It will have me annoyed too. Merha's first day hadn't gone how she had imagined at all. Why can't anyone say my name right? She wondered sadly. Mama and Baba and Nanny can say it. Why can't anyone else? Even a little boy here in a wheelchair. Once again, I like it. Merha felt like giving up. She thought about changing her name to something easier, something other kids would think was normal. If she had a different name, no one would get it wrong when she ordered her hot chocolate at cafes. They crossed out the name about 3 times on the cup there. Mara, Naha, Mila, Maya. Maybe she could finally find a keychain with her name on it. Maybe she could make some friends. So you see what my girl is doing? My girl is wishing like her name wasn't so unique, wishing that she could kind of blend in, have something more simple, be more like the other children, you know? It's a kind of like dumbing down yourself to taking away what it is about you. You know, sometimes people can make you feel like you're too much. Yeah. So she's feeling like maybe I'm expecting too much for them to make the effort to pronounce my name right. I kind of wish I had a name like everyone else and just, you know, something simple. When she arrived home, Merha told Mama about her plan to change her name. But Mama didn't look happy. Mama's not having it. "You have a beautiful name," she said. Merha means happiness. And Arabic. Mama said, the first time I heard you laugh, I knew that it fits you perfectly. I know your name is different from your classmates, but that isn't a bad thing. It just means that it is unique and special. Your name is something to be proud of, and no one can take that away from you. I love that. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, smile for me. You smile for me. Yeah, I have a dazzling smile, right? That is Tyra. Log on down, Tyra. All right. No problem. Interesting. I fully understand, I'm just going on focusing on what I'm doing here. Mama, I can't skip along. The point I was saying is important to understand the meaning of your name. Like I always ask people, what's the meaning? Sure, last time my name, Jessica, means be wealthy. And someone that was here chatting with me said, all right, Jessica, be wealthy. Actually put it, I said I like the song of that. Let me own that, let me walk in that, let me sit in that, let me live in that, wealthy in all areas of my life. So it's important to understand, to teach your children too, the meanings of their names. Yeah. And let them live in a way like to embody those qualities. Mama said Merha shouldn't change her name for anyone. If people can remember names like Beethoven and Tchaikovsky and Michelangelo, they can remember Merha. She has a point because those names are not easy on the tongue like that, but people remember them, right? You can remember what we want to, You're right, Mama. I'm proud of my name and I love what it means. I can't wait to tell the whole world that my name is Merha. That's so sweet. Merha kept Mama's words close to her when she went back to school the next day. My name is Merha, not Maya, she told Hayden. Let me say it says she said it proudly. Let me say it more proudly. My name is Merha, not Maya, she told Hayden proudly, and explained how to pronounce it properly. I'll make sure to say your name right from now on, Merha, said Hayden. I'm also really sorry that I hurt your feelings yesterday. When he asked if they could play together, Merha smiled. She just made her first friend at school. So you see, all along she was worried that it would be too much for her to ask for them to pronounce it the right way. And they were they were only too willing and too happy to do that. Sometimes people still got it wrong, but that was okay. Hey, Mirha, because now Mirha knew what to say. That's not my name. Now Mirha has so many new friends at school. They all have unique, beautiful names, and she always makes sure she says them right. I like my name because it means little loved one, said Aiko. Jasper joined in and said he was named after his granddad. Merha loves how different they all are, and she's excited to make even more friends. Yeah, Auntie loves it too. So if you want, you could share what's the meaning of your names if you want. Maybe you could be a friend too. Hi, my name is Merha. What's yours? That's probably the end, right? It's a really lovely book, yeah. As I said, I love a book with a meaning. And it could take it even beyond names and so on. It's like knowing your worth, knowing who you are, knowing your value, not thinking that you're too much, not for yourself. Yeah. sure people respect you and so on. So that was great. So how's everybody's day going? I don't know the people that I have here. Yes, I am. The people that you have here, are you? Is your day like now starting wherever you are? Has your day ended? How was your day? How's your day going? Your day going all right? I'm glad to hear that. Are you at work or you're home relaxing or what? It's nice meeting you. I got the trusty guitar. Well, my usual people are probably at work because I came on earlier than usual. And I got to mix it up, you know. That's the time that would be the usual time. I might be resting, I might be outside. Now that I can be flexible because I have all the time for right now. Yeah, they usually tell me to sing something. So I'm going to sing a folk song. Then after I share what I want to share, I'm going to sing a worship song. Better with me? You enjoy my company? I'm happy that you're here too. Yeah. It's a blessing. Good to get to meet people, you know? See if we can find the pet now. Of course not, because the young lady probably took it out. Not getting up, you know. I gotta use my fingers or something. Every little people's got pet. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. I gotta inhale it or find something. Yeah. So this time, remember, I'm just strumming. To I don't even know what that is. To I. Are you able to come in to take off my glasses? No, I don't know what's that. I don't know what is that. Kind sir. So this song, that's interesting because I had these strings for the longest time. Hello, Tony. I call you Tony the Tiger. My friend Tony, he's really into guitars. He mostly has electric guitars, I think. Is it an electric guitar? I think it's a Spanish guitar that he has. Yeah, he's pretty good at playing guitar. Something he says he finds very relaxing. So he gave me some strings. He needed to get strings for the guitar for the longest time. And my daughter took it to school. I love her school so much. Apparently they have their own like music studio there. Really doing some wonderful things for the children. Let me show you Ian for the wonderful. Oh, that's what it is. No, I do not. No. I didn't even know there was a symbol for that. I'm obviously not with it. Do you? Yeah, so this teacher at the school, he put on the strings and tuned the guitar, and he said that these strings are like they're medium. They're too heavy for this guitar. So I have to get light strings, but we're gonna work with it. You know, I'm mostly strumming anyway. So this song I am going to sing is called Emerton. It's a Bajan folk song. Oh, of course. Well, good for you. That is what makes you happy. Good for you. All right. Yeah. You be safe. And as I said, I hope you find happiness. This is a Bajan folk song called Emerton. And basically it's about these people that were displaced because they were living in an area, like in a village, in the town. And I think the government moved them because they wanted to develop the area for some purposes, like to place something there. Actually, might have been the sewage treatment. I forget the whole history of it, but the point is, these people had to be displaced, moved, and I'm not sure if it worked out that the whole village got to go, everyone from one place went to another place and they managed to stay together if they put them in different like pockets, different areas. So the gentleman's basically saying like he's not happy about that because like they're so tied to where they were living before his grandmother was born there, and he hoped that his own children could get to grow up there and that kind of thing. So it's called Emerton. Should I have a drink of my water before I start? Let me do that. You tell me to forget that my grandmother was born right there, so alright, I say I shall go. You tell me to forget, it is there I want my own children to grow. Alright, I say I shall go. But I hope you understand how I feel about Emerton, my homeland, my homeland, my homeland. And I hope you know it's true. I would never forgive you because look what you do to my Emerton. You tell me to forget, that you bring bulldozers and push down the houses. So alright, I say I shall go. You tell me to forget, that you bring bulldozers and push down the houses. So alright, I say I shall go. But I hope you understand how I feel about Emerton, my homeland, my homeland, my homeland. And I hope you know it's true. I would never forgive you because look what you do to my Emerton. You tell me to forget, that you uproot my people and scatter them to and fro. Alright, I say I shall go. Oh, you tell me to forget, that you did them wrong things and didn't let my children know. Alright, I say I shall go. But I hope you understand how I to my Hamilton. You tell me to forget that my grandmother was born like this, so alright, I say I shall go. 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 Yeah, that was Hamilton by the Mighty Gabby. Yeah, pretty famous folk song. As I said, specifically what inspired him, he was sharing a part of his life. Oh, he felt he had to be uprooted from the neighborhood, his childhood home, and somewhere he grew up, and displaced, but to live somewhere else because the government was going to develop that area, you know. But for me, it's a song you could apply to any kind of circumstance where you feel displaced. Could be war, could be like after a hurricane or some kind of catastrophe, climate change, a lot of different, different ways. It's interesting how we get attached to where we grow up in terms of our country or even in terms of our neighborhood. Like for me, the area where I grew up in a village near to town, you could call it in town as well, very close-knit community. And somehow, I don't know if it's a global thing, a Caribbean thing, or I don't think it's just a national thing. That when you say like you grew up in urban areas and near town, it's a certain connotation that goes with that, you know. It's high crime and a lot of trouble there and densely populated areas, like people, you know, probably living on top of one another and so on. But if you could see past that, a lot of beauty, so much love, so much generosity, so much I got your back and you got mine, you know, that kind of thing. Really beautiful. And I would have left living in town. Where I live now is more rural, more like countryside. And I can't say that I've found that kind of brotherly thing and that connectivity where I am now. It's really peaceful, you know. You don't really have to worry about crime and certain things. But yeah, I would say that you find that kind of closeness here where I am now. All right. So that's that song. And I'm going to share another one about what I felt to talk about today. Did I make my notes? I know I have a very busy mind, a very busy mind indeed. I don't even know if I did or not. Maybe I didn't. Or maybe I wrote it somewhere else. That could be me too. But pretty much I have it in my mind. And that is the importance of praying for our children. Yeah. You share something from the Bible. I'm going to read from Matthew chapter 9. It's a section in the Bible where you're getting a lot of teachings from Jesus and a lot of miracles happening too. All right, Matthew chapter 9. I'm going to start from verse 18. I'm going to share two miracles, so I'm going to start from verse 18. While Jesus was saying this, a Jewish official came to him, knelt down before him, and said, "My daughter has just died, but come and place your hands on her, and she will live." So Jesus got up and followed him, and his disciples went along with him. A woman who had suffered from severe bleeding for 12 years came up behind Jesus and touched the edge of his cloak. She said to herself, "If only I touch his cloak, I will get well." Jesus turned around and saw her and said, "Courage, my daughter, your faith has made you well." At that very moment, the woman became well. Then Jesus went into the official's house. When he saw the musicians for the funeral and the people all stirred up, he said, "Get out, everybody. The little girl is not dead. She is only sleeping." Then they all started making fun of him. But as soon as the people had been put out, Jesus went into the girl's room and took hold of her hand, and she got up. The news about this spread all over that part of the country. Jesus left that place, and as he walked along, two blind men started following him. "Have mercy on us, Son of David," they shouted. When Jesus had gone indoors, the two blind men came to him, and he asked them, "Do you believe that I can heal you?" "Yes, sir," they answered. Then Jesus touched their eyes and said, "Let it happen, then, just as you believe." And their sight was restored. Jesus spoke sternly to them, "Don't tell this to anyone." But they left and spread the news about Jesus all over that part of the country. And I think I read part of that, might have been earlier this week or late last week. Within the last couple of days anyhow. Right? Something in that passage I read like early in the morning, even before I got out of bed. And what stood out to me, maybe it was in a different translation too, is how it's always brought over. Because of your faith, let it happen as you desire, or because of your faith, you are healed. Always that emphasis on the importance of you having faith, or even sometimes you might be, you are fully there in terms of your faith, but you take that step. It could be a wavering, kind of shaky kind of step, but you take that step, and the mere fact that you're willing to take that step, God is going to honor that. So let me take that now and bring that in terms of your children. And as I said, the importance of praying for your children, speaking life over them, speaking life to them, reassuring them. Even I myself, as I share my journey working with children and so on, some of the things I see, a lot of children from at an early age that experience a lot of anxiety. For me, I personally feel a lot of it comes from spending so much time like this and less time like this, So, in other words, a lot of their time is spent on the devices. And with the time spent on the device comes a lot of comparison. Oh, I can't sing as well as she can. I can't run as fast as he can. I don't have fancy clothes like her. I don't have such a nice house as this person. A lot of different things, even at such a age. Yeah. I seem to bring the children to a lot of this place of insecurity. Sometimes you just want them to try something new, try this, and there's a lot of timidity there. And right now we're at the point like it's athletic season. Most of the individual schools would have had their sports, and now they come together and it's like athletics championship. We had Monday, Tuesday, yesterday was a break. No, we have probably today and tomorrow. Right? We did it with the primary school, the younger children up to age 11. Now we're doing it from like age 12 to 18, 19, or whatever, the older ones. So when we complete it now with the older ones, the children go on to something called Carifta. It's like an athletics championship at the Caribbean level now. All the different countries come together and compete against each other. And recently when they chose the persons who will represent Barbados, and it stood out to me, they said these persons have been chosen, some because they qualify just outright in terms of whatever is the standard. When it's a standard, the speed you must run, the distance you must throw, the height or the length you must jump, you know, depend on the different events. Some would have qualified just like that, and then they have some that qualify because the officials see potential in them based on their performances all along, their consistency, and then the part that stood out, they said, and their ability to perform under pressure. And I always make the point when it comes to these things, in any sport really, any aspect of life, not just athletics, a big part of it is your natural talent, your gift, the way that you work on that, your consistency, the way you apply yourself, train and develop and so on. And perhaps the bigger part is the mental, right? You see the fact that they said the ability to perform under pressure. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to know what to lock into, what to tune into, and also how to tune out. And in tuning out, yes, you're being mindful of your competition and so on, but you can't let that get the best of you. You got to be able to know who you are. Stand firmly on that and be confident in who you are, right? Yeah. My young people out there doing positive things, I'm so proud of you, as always. Yeah. I salute you, I see you, I esteem you, I affirm you. I truly do. You're looking for the card, Keandra? Ask Gabrielle. She didn't put it here by me. So maybe on the machine, on the fridge, anything so. It's not here. Another thing I realized, talking about the mental and that mental strength and self-esteem and confidence and so on, in interacting with a lot of children. But you see them in their natural environment, very bold, very multi, very free, and so on, you know, as they relate to you. But to take them out of that, I had this experience. I won't call your name, one of Auntie's sweethearts. But I had this as an experience, a little girl, that when I go to her in her neighborhood, interact with her, her family, the neighbors, whatever, at her tender age, you would think like she's running the whole neighborhood, you know. She's the one always saying, let us go and run a race. Let us go and do this. Let us go and play. Or very multi. Sometimes to the point of being disrespectful, but, you know, this is how it goes. A lot of street smarts, very sure of herself, very confident, all these kind of attributes you will find coming out. And I had an experience where I took her out of that environment. We went to another location to compete in a sports day. And you would be surprised to see the same person. She was still in tears. She's afraid. She wants to go home. She doesn't want to stay there and compete because she doesn't know those people and so on. I said, but that's not an option. We're not going home. You're going home, just take your time, compose yourself, and, you know, you're going to have fun. There's nothing different the way you're accustomed doing, how you're accustomed competing and so on. You might see some familiar faces, some you don't know. And then she did see one or two persons, I think, from her school. And she said along and she went and ran and enjoyed herself. But that was a real opening experience for me. And then when it was all over, and I said, well, I'm going to take you home now. And we were passing like by the main big fast food restaurant here in Barbados, with the playground and all that. We were passing near there, so I had like my breath. I was waiting to hear her say, but she wanted to stop there or something. Perhaps I would have entertained it, perhaps not. Right? Obviously, I was treating her and so on at the event. She lacked for nothing. But I was waiting to hear, and she didn't say anything. I might have even asked. No, she didn't want to do that. She wanted to go back home and be like within her community and where she felt comfortable and, you know, with her home people, so to speak. And then when we got back home, because the event was on an Independence Day, right? And I remember we were there in the bedroom. It was her and her mom, her two siblings, her two sisters. And then like one or two children from the neighborhood too. We were there in the bedroom like singing for songs of independence songs and dancing and so on. And once again I watched her and she was in her element. She was at home and she was comfortable and she was in her safe place and so on. So we need to be able to find a way to take all of that, because you're not forgetting where you come from, all of that kind of thing, that birthing the struggle and so on, and this same kind of street smart thing and where you come from and all that kind of thing. You need to find a way to harness all of that and take that with you and let that propel you, let that motivate you then when you're competing, right? So you're remembering who you are, but you're not confining yourself that this is all it is to my life. You gotta be able to take that and find strength from that and get out there then and let that motivate you to win. And you say, well, I got the guts, I got the strength or whatever to survive in this environment, this situation. That same temerity, that same strength, I'm gonna take with me when I gotta go out there and compete. Yeah. So in my interaction, when as I say, I'm speaking to my children. When I say my children, you know what I mean. I have my biological child, and then I have my children that I deal with. I take the time and I see them. Yes, I see them in terms of the potential and where I would like them to be. But before I can do that, I gotta take the time to see them where they are right now and acknowledge it, because there's a lot of beauty and there's a lot to be appreciated in where you are right now too. You know, you gotta be able to block out, as I say, in a certain way, block out the environment and all of that and honing on the child. So let this word be some encouragement to parents, be it teachers, coaches, mentors, youth leaders, all kind of persons who interact, and speaking specifically about children today, interact with children. Let this be a word of encouragement to you, to make sure you take the time, as I said, pray over them, speak life to them. And even as I said, you gotta be able to see them, but in a non-judgmental way, right? See them and appreciate them. You gotta be able to see yourself too, because the flip side of that is sometimes we think we gotta get ourselves perfect before we can come then and look to motivate and encourage others and pray for someone, give a word of encouragement and uplift somebody. No, you don't have to be perfect. You're actually allowed to be yourself and be real and share your own journey and things that you've experienced as much as you're comfortable with. Yeah. And I try to do that. I try, that's the way I am anyhow. I very much I keep it real. Yeah, and I try to listen and allow the children to have that safe space to be themselves. Yeah. And above all, what did we get from what Auntie read or what Jessica B. Wealthy read? The importance of having faith that when you do speak life into them, you have the faith and you can actually perceive, this is the path, this is what I see for my child, you know. That God will open the doors that need to be opened and close the doors that need to be closed. That my child will lack nothing, that my child will have wisdom and discernment, that my child will be loved and know love and know his or her worth, that my child will be a leader and not a follower. Yeah. All these kind of things. That my child will know laughter. We don't remember the importance of that. Laughter and happiness. Yeah, sometimes we think we gotta have everything all lined up. Yeah, but then just as a little extra thing, like you know how we go full out with the food and then we tuck a little piece of lettuce or something as a salad to show that we eating healthy. So sometimes we think like you gotta focus on seeing after the needs and the schoolwork and all this to make sure you know you could go and get that money. Then you just tuck aside a little piece of happiness. No, there must always be laughter. Always be happiness. Good health, yeah, even good decisions in terms of wellness, respect there. Alright, so Andrew, we think we can. Both things we can. And some break. We can study 9 minutes. Right? Mm-hmm. Alright, you be saying. Yeah, as I was saying, happiness and wellness and stability, peace of mind. Guard your mind. You got to be able to renew your mind, especially with all that's going on now. I was sharing, I think I was talking with my husband last night. But I was saying the other day, I went outside and I was in the back there hanging out some laundry and I looked across. Because the way it's set up, you could look across and see each other's backyard and so on. I saw one of my neighbors, he had gone. He goes hiking on Saturday mornings. And then he came back, he was there on his steps sitting down and like this thing playing, Kind of like state of the world today, all that's going. I don't speak these things really, right? I don't consume myself with them. I don't hide from things, but I don't consume myself with them. Yes, he was there sitting on the step and like listening and all this what's happening now and this how it's going to be and this what we need to be fearful of and all these different scenarios. This could happen, this could hit you in the pocket, this could hit you in terms of your safety, this could so many different things. I just got a feeling that maybe like you're kind of taken away from everything you would have achieved with the hike. But he's a person, he knows how to guard his mind in his own way. Yeah. But for me, there's my same good up neighbor that takes me down to where it's on his when we carpool. Yeah. He had asked me about it. I said I really sometimes I may see a story or two and I see if that would look at I'm not starting my day off with that kind of thing. Not me. Not over here. So I'm always talking about the importance of renewing your mind. Whether you get that in the Bible, whether you say your affirmations. So for me, more and more, I try to start my day in God's Word before I pick up the phone and remind other people have that first word in my life. Yeah, I think I'm going to end there. So remember, we're having faith, we're renewing our mind, speaking life into ourselves and into others, especially our children. Let us pray for our children. Let us speak life and speak positivity, speak strength, speak affirming things into their life. So I'm going to take you out. I didn't get much chatting today. I had my one gentleman there, He shared very boldly with himself, however you put there for me. I'm not easily embarrassed, easily impressed, easily, or however it would go. Yeah, you do you and I will do me. Okay? So this song is nothing else, it's a worship song, really beautiful. And it just speaks to the importance of the same thing, basically what I'm saying in terms of renewing your mind, keeping your eyes fixed on Jesus. In the midst of all the turmoil, all the strife. When I say the strife can be here. The strife can be here. In your own home, in your community, the strife can be here. Or the strife can be on the world stage, right? The importance of keeping your eyes locked in. That yes, you acknowledge the strife. You know that is going on, all the different problems. But that's not where we're keeping our eyes because we know that we're going to be good in the midst of all of that. Like have yourself insulated in a bubble. That's how I always describe it. You have yourself like in a little bubble there. So that's what the song is speaking to. The importance of recognizing like that's the main thing you need. That time with Jesus and stay focused on him and so on. And you don't want just that time like it's a kind of asking. Like a kind of list to tick off. This is what I need. This is my needs for today. I need lunch and I need money to go and buy that dress, and you know, I need for this person to do that, and I need for the tiler to come and finish the house. Please do come and finish the tiling in the house. We're almost there now. Please do come. Yeah. Feel free to agree with me that he's gonna come today, he's gonna come today, he's gonna come today. But we just want to sit in his presence for the sake of how awesome he is, how wonderful he is. And that's all that we really need. I won't stop saying it. For me, myself, in my life, more and more I can understand that's why we really need to fill all the different cracks, fill all the different spaces that nobody else can fill but him. Yeah. So enough talking, let me sing and take you out and leave you to enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your morning, or starting wherever you are. All right? I'm caught up in your presence. I just wanna sit here at your feet. I'm caught up in this holy moment. I never wanna leave. Oh, I'm not here for blessings. Jesus, you don't owe me anything. And more than anything that you could do, I just want you. I'm sorry when I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I just sing another song. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. Oh, I'm sorry when I've come with my agenda. I'm sorry when I forgot that you're enough. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. I'm caught up in your presence. I just wanna sit here at your feet. I'm caught up in this holy moment. I never wanna leave. Oh, I'm not here for blessings. Jesus, you don't owe me anything. And more than anything that you could do, I just want you. Just want you. And nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else will do. I just want you. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else will do. I just want you. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else will do. I just want you. I'm caught up in your presence. I just wanna sit here at your feet. I'm caught up in this holy moment. I never wanna leave. Oh, I'm not here for blessings. Jesus, you don't owe me anything, and more than anything that you could do, I just want you. I just want you. And nothing else. That low one got away. And nothing else. Nothing else will do. I just want you. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else will do. I just want you. Yay! Let's hear it for Auntie. More than let's hear it for Auntie. Let's hear it for Jesus, sir. Yeah. Put up this guitar. That was lovely. And I pray that you will just take that with you. That has been a blessing to you in some way. Yeah. So you remember the different things that we covered today. What was the first thing? First of all, we started off with the story. I put out the book already. The little girl, her name was Merha. People were calling her all kinds of different names. They wouldn't take the time to try to pronounce her name the correct way in all her different interactions. So she reached the point where she even said, I'm just going to change my name to like Mina, or, something simpler for them to say, because really they call me these different simple names anyway. And Mom wasn't having it. Mom had to remind her, there's a reason that I named you Merha. Your name means laughter. Your name comes from a beautiful place. You need to own your name. Don't settle for people just saying your name as they please. Educate them, remind them, teach them what is the correct way to say your name. And even go further and teach them about the meaning of your name. Know yourself. Know your history, your value, your worth. Right? That's number one. Then we went on. We had our song about Emerton. Remember, Emerton was the song about the persons who were displaced. I share that. They were living in this village in the town. And they were displaced because the government had plans to develop the area. And it's a song that always evokes, like sadness to you, a bit of outrage too. That how he felt like their feelings weren't taken into account. They were just suddenly uprooted. When all along it was known these were the plans. They were kept in the dark, and then suddenly you're just uprooted from you lost that connection. This is my forefathers, my ancestors, grandmother was born here, mother, and I then in turn wanted for my children to be able to grow up here, but yeah. And I don't even get to say any matter. All I can say is, all right, I say I shall go, but I want you to know I'm not happy, and I want you to know how I feel about my hometown, my homeland, my homeland. Very strong, very interesting. As I said, the strength and the depth of the feelings that we can have for our homeland. For showing these signs, we could take that and apply, in a lot of different areas. My homeland, my homeland, my homeland. And then we had our Bible reading. Spoke about miracles. That was from Matthew chapter 9. Some miracles of Jesus. We had the healing of the woman with the issue of blood. Once again, she had to take that step of faith. She was in a situation with something that was embarrassing. I saw she was being scorned by others, but she perceived, she said, if I could just but touch the hem of his garment, I know that I could be healed. And because of that faith and that step, even in that circumstance, feeling like so frustrated, look how long I've been suffering through this, look how people probably don't really appreciate me and probably don't feel so great about myself, but I'm not going to let how I feel about myself hinder me in terms of taking that step of faith, and it was rewarded. We had I think that was Jairus's daughter. When the daughter was home, everybody once again gave up. You know, she's dead. There's no hope for her. But he, as father, you see how it comes back now to praying for your children and believing and so on. Even you could be in a situation. I didn't really take it to the extreme, but like your child is on drugs, your child, you know, living a wild life. There's like disconnect even between you and your child for whatever reason. Don't let that stop you. Right? Make sure that you pray consistently and again the word fervently to me, you know, fervently. Yeah, passionately, but consistently and believing that things will change. Don't give up on your child. Don't give up on your children. Yeah, so that was Jairus' daughter. Once again, that was rewarded. And then the third one, I think, was blind, the blind person. Oh, I want to forget though. The third one was healing to blind men. He touched their eyes, yeah, and the way he said it, you know, it comes over different in different versions. This one is the Good News Bible. Let it happen then, just as you believe, and their sight was restored. So through and through, he keeps saying that because of your faith is rewarded. Let it happen just as you believe. So what I'm saying, we got to be able to believe it. We got to be able to perceive it. We got to be able to have that faith. And then we spoke about different areas of praying for the children. I focus a lot on the athletics because that's the season we're in now, right? And I likened it even then to it's not that you're forgetting your circumstances and where you're coming from. You're you want to be able to know yourself, know who you are, know the journey, remember the journey, and take all of that then and harness that and let that propel you, let that motivate you, let that be the fire under your feet. Yeah, and that's true whether it's speaking for athletics or any other thing that you're going after in life, my young peoples. Yeah, be able to do that. And then finally, we had a beautiful worship song. Nothing else. Right? We've got different people that sing that song. Yeah, that's a song. That's a song that's very touching. And it's basically saying allowing Jesus in your life to fill, I can only put it how I myself am experiencing it, to fill the cracks, seal all the places that need sealing that we probably don't even realize they need sealing, but they do. Just allow him to wash over you and fill you up, fill your cup, right? Cleanse you too, and quench your thirst. Nothing else could quench your thirst. Yeah. I just want you and nothing else, and nothing else, and nothing else will do. I just want you, nothing else, nothing else, nothing else will do. I just want you. I was just looking at the lyrics, right? I'm sorry when I've gone through the motions, when I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I just sing another song. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. I'm sorry when I've come with my agenda. I'm sorry when I forgot that you're enough. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. And that's my prayer for you. As you pray for your children and pray for yourselves, that you could come to that point where you can lay yourself bare, as ugly as you might perceive yourself to be. As I know how it is, believe me, I know how it is. Yeah. So I used to think like, oh, I'm so damaged, and look, I did this and I did that. Just come as you are, you know? You don't have to wait until you're how you perceive yourself to be perfect before you can step out on faith and reach out and open up your heart. So I've been talking. It's time for me to go, and I'm gonna actually go and take in some of this sport action now, and probably get something to eat. Yeah, I think having me a healthy lunch, having me some green banana and some salmon today. What are you having to eat today? You can let me know, I guess, after the fact. Yeah. And I wish God's richest blessings on everyone that said hi today. Yeah, and as I said, I don't worry myself too much about like different comments and so on. If somebody say come on and you put something there and you perceive it like to be laughable and so on, I'm not easily fazed by these things, but even those kind of things, on a deeper level, it's a sign that you're searching for intimacy that only the same sweet Jesus, the same Almighty God could fill. All right. I leave that with you. I speak blessings over all of you. Bye 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 bye. Pray for your children. Pray for your children. Pray. Let us pray for our children. All right. Bye bye.